We're going to do something a little different this morning. I was shot out of a cannon this morning. We have 8 inches of snow on the ground. It's beautiful powdery snow. Man, I wish I could just like flip all these screens and show you, but I know what kind of catastrophe that will be. But I'll share a post on YouTube with an image of my Narnia and my Wilderness Wonderland. And I was shoveling past to all of our outbuildings, getting dog food, firewood, getting fires started. And now here I sit with you guys. So the world is crazy. We're all carrying stress. So just join me. I'm going to take 3 nice deep breaths and calm my nervous system so you can join me in doing so. So you can close your eyes. You can keep your eyes open. Doesn't matter. Just take in a nice 3-second inhale. And a nice 3-second exhale. And another inhale. And another inhale. And gentle exhale. Doesn't that feel good? Totally renews the body. Totally renews the body. And here we've got ME support, which is lavender, darling. I'm going to just, and it is not that I'm stressed. I'm just calming. Miss Vicky's got her nettle tea. I believe Miss Laura's giving me a thumbs up. She is feeling good. So that's the way you start your day. And I don't know about you guys. Some people look at shoveling and winter care as just an annoyance. I love it. It is so quiet. And it, like, all I heard was the ravens flying around and making noise. And I did have some kind of Tweety bird on my porch that was scattering around, so I made sure I fed them too. But it's just a wonderful perspective. I love, and it was good exercise. Good exercise. My fires are going. My house is warm. My dog is happy. There we go. So, I guess we're going to start off today. I don't have a plan. Papa's feeding. So, he's feeding the session today. But my question, and I said I would do this each week, is check in with you guys. Where are you at? Many of you are working on goals and plans, dreams, desires. So how is that moving along for you? And Miss Vicky, you look lovely this morning. You look lovely. Things are going very well here. I have a new product that I have been testing. I always utilize absolutely everything that I recommend in my practice and forever and ever on YouTube has been things that I utilize myself. People reach out to us all the time. They get very disappointed when they send us an item for review because I'm not just going to unbox it and go, look what I got. It's great, because it's not always so great. So, we've had companies that have gotten upset because we didn't just post a review, but I want to test it out. I want to know that it works. So I've been testing this product, and I've was introduced because of absolutely awe-inspiring, visible results. And I've had my own, the Mountain Boy's using it, the Mountain Man's using it, and I am excited to share it with you. So I'm giving you just that information right now. I'm going to do a webinar on Monday and introduce the product to you, because not only is it part of my practice, but it's something that I want everybody to know about. So both communities are welcome to get involved in the webinar. You can go to faithledhealing.com/webinar. And let me say, after noon today, Pacific Standard Time, because there's nothing out there right now. I had to shovel snow, but I'm going to get it out there, and you can sign up and you will be notified and sent the link and the time and everything. If you can't attend the actual webinar, there will be a replay. So just sign up, and that way you'll get the information. But every family needs to know about this product. It is something that, for those of you that are on the preparedness side of things, it's something that should be in your pack, plain and simple, without a doubt. For those of you that are health and wellness minded, just wanting to be more, have more vitality, or if you are on a healing journey and need nurturing, whether it's high blood pressure, lupus, fibromyalgia, anything, autoimmune issues, Alzheimer's, dementia, autism, Asperger's, whatever it is that's ailing you, I promise you, this is going to be a solution for you. This is amazing. Absolutely, without a doubt, the most amazing thing I've experienced. So Miss Vicky says, thank you. I'm not enjoying filling out the daily forms from you, developing better habits. I'm enjoying filling out the daily forms from you, developing better habits. Good old voice texting, or I know, I get it, all the time. These machines are not smart. They change my words all the time and changes the conversation completely, and a lot of times not in a very good direction. That has happened, and that's not good. Please proofread your things, because AI thinks it's smart and it is foolishly wrong. So yeah, Vicky's shaking her head. So Ms. Vicky is joining a course that I am doing right now. She is part of my beta group going through this course, and it will be released in February or March, probably well, we are in February, probably beginning of March, realistically. Might be sooner. That'd be great. But it is conquering histamine and renegade genes. So if you deal with histamine intolerance, histamine issues, allergies, mast cell activation syndrome, and just not feeling good, can't quite seem to get a finger on and a handle on what's going on in your body, I would bet money that histamine plays a role. So that course will be available really soon. Miss Laura says, I'm alive, out of bed, smiling, and I showed up. Today is a good day, made by God. Amen. And you did all the right things. Forward motion. You're celebrating that you're alive. That's a tremendous gift to us all. Thank you very much. And we're grateful that you showed up, and we're grateful that you're smiling. All of those things tell the body that it's on the right track and it's heading in the right direction. The more we do that, the more we are moving forward. Miss Vicky says, I didn't realize how much I needed this low histamine diet. It's absolutely amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And here's the thing that my individuals are learning in this course is that it's not junk that's tripping them up. These are people that are focusing on healthy processed foods, cleaning products, and, you know, personal care items. All those things can trip us up. But one of the things that my clean folks are realizing is that some of their most favorite healthy foods are the biggest culprits in kicking their health to the curb because of their particular makeup and their gene, their dirty genes, their renegade genes. And how do genes get dirty? Toxicity. And histamine plays a role in not helping get that toxicity out of the body, which dirties the genes, which creates this perfect storm for a lot of people. So if you deal with the MTHFR gene mutation, we all have the MTHFR. Miss Vicky's raising her hand. I'm raising my hand. Laura's raising her hand. Is it a surprise that Papa is bringing people to me that have the similar issues that I do? No, because that's my specialty. So pretty amazing. And I do deal in complex health issues. Mine was complex. So it's just a blessing to be able to help others. And I'm excited. I'm excited to be able to teach this to people. Vicki, share your revelation that you've experienced from we're on week 5 this week. So it is a 7-8 week course where it might end up being an 8-week course. And in that time frame, amazing things are happening. Miss Laura says, and UPS brought the puppies new play balls. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, so Miss Vicki shared, she's lost 8 pounds. Now, the significance to that, and many of you can relate to this, she has not been able to touch the scale for years, no matter how hard she's tried, no matter what exercise, no matter what changing in eating she's done, the scale wouldn't budge. Why is that? Well, that's because toxicity plays a role, and we only can take so much toxicity. So we're up here, and our bodies are just screaming. Our liver can't detoxify and process things fast enough. And then add histamine and the gene mutations or dirty genes into that mix. That histamine is just continuously exploding in the body and being produced because the liver's identifying things that are a threat, so the histamine is created to fight that off. If you have infections or gut imbalance, there's histamine being released. If you chew food, there's histamine being released. If you sneeze, there's histamine being released. And if your body's not breaking down that histamine, and then you've got toxicity compounded with that, and keep in mind, all the toxicities in our world, as it's entering our body does not know what it is, so it shoves it in our fat. And then when you do finally start releasing the fat, the toxicity is coming out, it's not being bound, it's not leaving the body, the liver can't process it, and back into your fat it goes. Isn't it? It's crazy. It's a vicious cycle. However, Vicky's proof, the vicious cycle can be broken. And it's just becoming in tune with your body. And that is what I am teaching in my practice, in my community, is to become in tune, but not just with our bodies. I want people in tune spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically. And in order to get to the physical spot, all the rest have to be in line. And that's what most people are not addressing. They're not getting people to a place where they learn how to be balanced in all of those areas. If we are mentally stressed, if we are emotionally stressed, the body's stressed, and the body cannot get to a good physical place. And if we're spiritually grounded, a lot of times mentally and emotionally will follow. People have dealt with trauma. Life's experiences the last 4 years have been a nightmare for many people. So, pair that with breath work and calm the nervous system, calm the body, using things like the ME support from Cellcore, which calms the nervous system, calms the body. There's all kinds of things we can put into place. I took my boots off when I got in here, and I got my New Zealand possum socks on. They're very warm. I don't know if Keith is on. Keith, if you're on, those are for you, buddy. Keith led me to a company in New Zealand, and he's a possum trapper in New Zealand. So these are amazing socks. But anyway, I took them off so that my good socks can be on my grounding mat while I'm sitting here talking to you. I'm also sitting on a yoga ball to support my body. So if you see me go backwards and my feet and my possum socks go upward, just give me a second. I will be okay. Because it's rolling and I'm rolling on it. Last week, the air went out of it. Not while I was sitting on it, but while I was talking. So anyway, anything can happen. Anything can happen. So I'm glad to know that you guys are progressing forward. Laura, what you shared this morning is progressing forward. Those are steps. And I want to speak into that because Laura's in a chronic place. Laura's in and also a season of rest. And this is, thank you, you're leading me right into where Papa was implanting outside when I was shoveling. So Laura's in a season of rest. Papa's called her to a season of rest. Those seasons of rest are very important. When we are called to those places, it's important that we listen. Not always will our families understand this season. Oftentimes we look good on the outside, but on the inside, our bodies are just fighting hard for existence. Our minds are being affected by our body's dysfunction. It can be a very rough place. I was in that spot. I was on the couch. And I'm now able to encourage people like Laura while she's on the couch and hold her hand, but I'm allowing that to be Papa's duty. I'm just supporting. Papa's holding her hand in this season, and that's what we need to pull into. You're gonna have these seasons when you're in healing journeys, and really, it's one of the most important parts of our seasons and our healing journeys. And let me share why. Most of the time, we will not listen to our bodies. We are pushed to just show up all the time, and we don't pause. We don't allow the body to get what it needs. Rest is so important when we are in these deep healing journeys. So rest is important. And like I said, most of us will not allow ourselves to go to that place. It took me having to go to my knees and to be fully broken to start slowing down. I was the notorious type A, multitasker, the queen multitasker, and I'm grateful to say I'm recovered, because I see now how that season of my life and that part of my life, it wasn't serving me. So now, Vicki says, I'm always afraid it looks lazy, but I think I'm past that. Good. Please get past that. I struggled with that so much, and I think that's why I struggled so much on the couch initially, because I felt lazy. My husband and my son had to help me all the time, and that really bothered me because I was the server. I'm the one that's going to take care of them. I didn't like them serving me. I didn't like being in that place that I couldn't do anything to support them. Though they tell me that just being in that space and being able to speak, though it wasn't very coherent much of the time with the intense brain fog, but, you know, we feel lazy. We feel unworthy and useless. That is the word that came to me over and over again when I let the enemy sit on my shoulder. You're useless. Bullcrap. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. Give him the good uppercut. We are not useless. I listened for about 2 weeks, and in those 2 weeks, I think that was probably the most miserable 2 weeks of my life. Because I was fighting all that. I was fighting the not feeling worthy of their attention, not doing my part, not pulling my weight, that I'm lazy. And so often people feel lazy when they're taking care of themselves, when they're activating self-care. That's a bunch of bullpucky too. We need to take care of ourselves. If we don't take care of ourselves, who's going to? A lot of times nobody, because we look like super beings, able to do all this crazy stuff when inside we're dying. You know, I guarantee it. You know, when I was in my healing journey, and I was literally dying, but even when I was on the other side of it, I still just felt miserable. I did not feel like I had like good life and light in me. You know, I just, even though I felt the release after my surgery, and I celebrated my 9-year journey on January 26th of life. But that vitality, that life comes back. How does it come back? Resting in that season. Resting in that season. And the other important aspect of these seasons we are called to rest is they are our biggest opportunities for growth, growth in a lot of ways. Mine was spiritually, big time, because Papa and I just like sat cozy on the couch and just talked all day long. But mentally, emotionally, and personally, like we get to know ourselves. Like I was always so fast people pleasing and pleasing others and nurturing others and taking care of everybody and keeping everything balanced and being the glue. I didn't even know who I was. And my upbringing, because of its dysfunction, I don't think I ever really knew who I was, or that I ever rested in who I was and felt comfortable with that, because I was told I wouldn't amount to anything. My self-esteem was so low, you know, and I know many other people that are suffering from these places that have experienced these hard spots. And when we learn to rest in these seasons and enjoy these seasons and learn to get the most out of these seasons in all those arenas, it's a beautiful, beautiful season. That's what made mine so special, is that I just really figured out how to be me. And I figured out who I was. Laura says, this is a time for Abba to mold me. We are the clay and he is the potter. Give him time to create something beautiful. You're already beautiful, and that's something that you're going to have to come to terms with. But he's gonna make it shine. He's going to show you how to shine in the beauty that you already have. I love you. And that's it. That's exactly what I'm saying. It's exactly what I'm saying. I love you. going to make me cry. I love you, I love you, I love you. And you know what? It's exactly what he did for me, sister. It's exactly, it wasn't until I was in my late 40s that I could look in the mirror and love who I saw. And you know what? That has catapulted me forward in such a tremendous way. Because I do love me, not in a prideful way. I love who God has created me to be. I love that every day he is molding this clay. I'm going to share this with you. And I can thank Laura, I can thank you part for this. Laura's part of my holy grounder. She's part of my team. She's part of the background and in behind the scenes. And I love her because I know that in doing this and what I'm going to share takes courage. But she speaks into me. And she molds and shapes me too in different ways. And I think you enabled me to have much tougher skin in regard to my mastery class yesterday, the class that I'm doing to continue my education. But this is just making me a better practitioner. And we were role playing. And this is only the second class. And you know me, I'm bold, so no one else is volunteering. All right, I'll volunteer. Let me have it. And she did. And you know what? I was like, thank you. And I actually went into Facebook to the group and I'm like, thank you for that. It was absolutely amazing because we do need to have thick skin. I want to be the best version of myself in all aspects. How does that happen? Being broken. You know, God broke me on the couch, but he continues to break me. And this summer, you know that I was fool enough to ask him to break me some more. And he did. Oh, did he? While we were on the road, he was breaking me a lot because that's what I was asking for. I want it to be all of him and none of me. And I don't want it to just be in part of my life. And, you know, I'm okay this way. I'm good. No, I want it to be in all aspects of my life. I want him to break me and chip me and mold me. The woman that was critiquing me, she's a psychology major. She has been doing what I'm doing for a much longer time. And she has experience. And, you know, if she can give me pointers on being the best practitioner I could possibly be, I'm your clay, and I'll be your test dummy. I'll be your guinea pig. I'll be your example. Use me. I don't really care. Much of the students around me are in their 20s and 30s. Start them off right. Let them see, you know, because if I would have been that earlier in my life, imagine, you know, where I could be today. We need to be humbled on a regular basis and broken. And any season we go through in life is going to do that if we allow it to. If we are willing to be humble enough to say, okay, I'm not so good as a type A. I'm not so good chasing everything that comes my way. I'm not so good at multitasking like a queen, even though I really nailed it and I was really good at it. It also was very stressful to my body, whether I knew it or not. And yes, I'm a visionary. Yes, I'm a motivated person and I do make things happen, but I can make those things happen without being a type A and an insanely crazy, you know, multitasker. I don't need to do that. I can do it strategically, and he will give me everything I need to accomplish it. I don't need to do it all today. And it's not that I didn't know how to delegate. I was progressively learning how to delegate, but he's showing me how to delegate the things that I didn't think I could, or that I couldn't quite wrap my head around how to get what's in here to other people. It's scary. God bless him. God bless them. So Miss Vicky says, I wonder how people who have to go to work full time and stressful, how do they rest? Most don't. They end up on my calendar. And they end up where Laura is. Sadly, it's very true. It's very true. That's a teachable heart you have. Papa changed me on that couch. My healing journey changed me. And, you know, I'm looking at this, I did not handle criticism well because I grew up handling negative criticism all the time. That's all I heard. And it hurt. It hurt. But there's a difference if you pay attention. There's negative criticism, and then there's criticism coming to you in a loving way to show you how you can improve. We have to see the difference. And unfortunately, if you've been stepped on a number of times, that criticism is hard to decipher the difference between. And that's where, when we allow God to mold us first, and we allow God to be the one molding and shaping and being a willing vessel for that, I think that the rest comes easier. And I don't know. It's all been part of my healing journey. I'm not sure how I've morphed to this place fully, other than the fact that I know that He has had me by the hand, loving me greatly through all of these years and all of this time. And, you know, I give Him all the glory for where I am today. I'm not doing this on my own. I am very in tune with Him, leading me, guiding me, shaping me, fixing me, breaking me, all of that. But it does take a humble heart. I love it. I love it. So we've got Itty Bitty in front with Vicky, and I'm not sure the cat's name, but Laura's got the cat. And then in breathwork, it's like every camera that's on has an animal and a person. It's so fun. The animals are joining in all the time. Callie, okay. Callie the cat, I won't forget that now, and Itty Bitty. And we're praising that Itty Bitty as well. Itty Bitty had a spell that was not good, poor Miss Vicky. We didn't think he was going to continue to be on this earth, but he is. And he's about this big. He fits like in the palm of my hand. My big dog, we could probably put like 50 of him on my dog. It's really funny. Okay, so talking about Itty Bitty, it brought this to mind. And I want to just ask you guys to help me pray. And I think I'm going to pray right now because this is really heavy on my heart. I encourage you guys all to check out the channel Desert Drifter on YouTube. They are Christian people, and I'm living vicariously through him. He lives in the desert in the South, and he's come up here to the Rockies and has been in different parts of the United States. But he goes to these very unique places where the indigenous people have lived, and he's seeking signs of their existence. Like he's finding these caves and their writings on the wall. It's a glyph, but I can't, I'm schooling way too much right now. Laura, you filled in the blanks way too much yesterday for me. Thank you, but that shouldn't be happening. But I'm schooling way too much, so I have nothing left to fill in the blanks when I have these little moments. But he had an accident, and thank you, hieroglyphs. And I was going to say pyroglyphs, but that's not right. Anyway, bless her heart. His name is Andrew. Her name is Elizabeth. They're really sweet people, and you know, they are sharing God on their channel. And he does a lot of free climbing. So I don't know the details 100%. I am trying to get in touch with her to get her my product because it's gonna help. But my guess is he took a fall, and he is fighting for his life with a brain injury right now. They're young. They're I'm gonna say 30s maybe. But she did not even a 2-minute video, and you could just, my heart hurt for her. So please pray for them. And I'm gonna pray right now. I'm gonna pray for all of us right now. So YouTube, you guys get this too, because I pray for all of us. YouTube, community, anybody that's breathing. Papa, I just come to you this morning, and I ask you to wrap your loving arms around our community, our YouTube community, and truly everyone breathing in my presence, and all those that are, you know, fighting hard for the community, for the kingdom. Just be with all those in need. Be with all those that are suffering. Just wrap your arms around everyone. Give them hope and peace and comfort. But I want to come to you this morning, and I ask that you just wrap your loving arms around Elizabeth and Andrew. You, Papa, are the miraculous healer. You hear our prayers. I don't know what your plans are for him, but if it is your will, Papa, I ask that you just touch his body and miraculously just bring healing upon healing upon healing, that these doctors are flabbergasted. I know Andrew and Elizabeth will know where it's coming from. I know that they have a lot of people praying for them. But Papa, I just want to join in on that. I want to join forces, and I want to bring you and call you in to their lives, into this situation. You know the circumstances. Papa, just touch Andrew's body with your miraculous and your healing hands. Wrap your loving arms around him. De-stress his body. Give him peace and comfort. May he come out of this whole and be able to share even more his testimony and his glory and his love for you. Papa, I ask that you just wrap your loving arms around Elizabeth. Such a hard thing to experience, but I know she's pulling into you. I know that she is keeping her eyes on you and trusting you. And I ask that you just give her peace and comfort as she waits on your healing hand. And Papa, just be with their families. I know that they talk a lot about their families. Just be with them, their friends. Just nurture them all in this place. And Papa, may you be glorified. May you shine. And just be with Vicky and Laura, our community. I want to praise you for your healing hand on Ken. Ken had his blood work returned last week and no signs of cancer in his blood. And this week he got his CT scan tests back, and there are tumors that are gone. There are others that are shrinking miraculously. When he came to me 2 years ago, Papa, you know his circumstances. He had stage 4 kidney cancer, is what our world would call it. You're miraculous, and you are interceding, and you are shining, and you are being glorified. Papa, we praise you. I know you've got miraculous plans for Ken, and I just lift him up to you and thank you for what you're doing and how you're going to use him. His testimony is going to be, and is, so profound. He will be joining me on my podcast. Papa, I'm so thankful. Thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for what the works you're doing in each of us. Continue to work on us, mold us, shape us, break us if we're asking. That's one of the greatest places we can be. And Papa, just allow us to keep following your lead, walking in your will, and seeking you for wisdom, knowledge, direction, and discernment. I also pray in the name of Jesus and demand that all evil leaves our bodies, our minds, our spirits, our families. Support us, Papa. Keep us full so that the enemy has no footholds. And just teach us to be in tune, that we can see his nasty hand and kick him to the curb so quickly through your mighty name. And Papa, thank you for what you're doing and what you're going to do. We praise you now. We praise you tomorrow. And we ask all of this in your holy and precious name of Jesus. Amen. Okay. So I know I have some people on YouTube. I'm not sure where everybody's joining from. And I don't think I had any comments come through on there. At least if they did, they were while my eyes were closed. So if you guys are on YouTube and are not part of our community, you hear me say it every week, and I'm going to always invite you. Hopefully it's like that repetition. Gosh, she keeps asking. I'm just going to join. Whatever. Just come join me. faithledhealing.com/community. Join us. It's such a privilege and honor to get to know everybody and to see God's hand in your lives, to hear your stories, your testimonies. So powerful. Not only that, though, you know, here I sit with these beautiful ladies, and this is what we do every Wednesday. We go face to face. I'm going to jump off of YouTube here in a few seconds. This is part of the special access community. They come here, and we get to really get to know each other, really get to support one another, really get to love on each other, and just lock arms and do this thing called life. You know, sitting where Laura is, and Laura, thank you for letting me share your story. And, you know, I'm very open with mine, but it's a privilege and honor to share other people's stories too, because she knows too, and I know it as well. Many of you are in that same place, or if you aren't, you have been. You know, we can show empathy and love and support for one another and help each other. I will tell you this, if it wouldn't have been for Papa on that couch, it would have been a really lonely season for me. Not that my men weren't there for me. My men were loving on me and just so thankful that I was still alive. And but I didn't have that same support. And that's exactly why I am doing what I do today as an integrative health practitioner, as a certified breath worker, as a human being. I know what people's needs are. I know what it's like to go through these things, and I also know the answers. And it just makes me very passionate about what I do, but also very eager to pull people in, because, you know, we get in these places and we get fearful to reach out to others because we don't want to be a burden. We don't want, you know, I said it myself. I felt like a burden to others because I'm used to giving. But you know what? When we don't allow others to give back, we are robbing them of the same joy we feel when we bless others. We need to learn to be good, humble receivers. We were not. People gifted us in so many different ways, and it was so hard. It was hard on the heart, just like being lazy, feeling that laziness. It makes you feel weird things. And of course, that's the enemy. That's the enemy, not allowing you to come together as a community and support one another, you know. So don't rob people of that joy. When you're in this season, lock arms. Let them love you. I promise you it's going to grow you and help you. And on the other side, it's going to make you even more able to understand the full aspect of the journey. And I promise you this, if you are in this scenario, I guarantee you that part of this is Papa's plan for you and your purpose. My journey walked me totally into my purpose. I thought I was already walking it out. I had no idea. And it's amazing. So don't miss that, because his plan for your life is mind-boggling and beautiful and amazing. And you're going to see him show up every day, in every way, in every single thing you do. So, YouTube, before I start bawling my eyes out, I love you guys. Join my community. Get ready. I've got guests coming to Mountain Woman Radio podcast, as well as the Faith-Led Healing podcast. And if you haven't watched the most recent episode, I now have a co-host. My son, Austin, is helping me build a legacy and an empire, we call it, jokingly. The empire is only so that we can become even greater philanthropists and be able to bless others, because whatever Papa is blessing us with, it's his, and it's meant to go back to the kingdom. I know that, and that's my desire. I don't need much. I'm very content in this world, and I'm very happy where I am. So join us, because it's a lot of fun. Our chemistry is really weird sometimes and very funny and unusual, but we have a really fun time. And I have some really amazing guests. People are coming to me. I've sought out certain people and I'm lining them up, but I have people coming to me, and it's really blowing me away because their stories are amazing and they have amazing things to share. So we like have a full lineup. I'm going to have to start booking months out. So this is really cool. This is what God is doing. So get ready to join us. So much coming your way, because on both of those YouTube channels, the video is shared of the podcast. You can also listen to it on all your podcast apps. So I love you guys. Have a great day. God bless you all. And thank you for being a part of our community and spending time with me and listening to my ramblings. I love you. God bless.